Hello again. A lot of you have been asking how the multiplayer mod works, or let alone how to install it. So, hopefully, by the end of the guide, you'll be able to install the mod, be able to join or host your own server, and be able to practice good firearm safety with your friends.
Oh my god!
I'll break this guide down to 3 parts: installing the R2 mod manager in the H3MP mod, port forwarding, and hosting or joining a server. And to keep this guide engaging, I want to include some of that early YouTube tutorial nostalgia. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's begin with step 1, installing the mod manager and the mod itself. For starters, you'll need to download and install R2 Modman. Some of you may be familiar with this already, as this tool is used to mod other games such as Bone Lab, Lethal Company, and Risk of Rain. Once installed, open it, and select the game H3VR. From here, you can use the default profile, or make a new one that can be named whatever you'd like. I'll name this one H3MP example for now. Click the one you'd like to use, then select Profile. Then head over to the Online tab, and use the search bar to type H3MP. Once you've found it, click on it, then click the download button. Make sure it's the latest version, then click Download with Dependencies. Now when you go to the Install tab, there should be 2 things there, Epinix and H3MP. We'll need a config file, and to get that, we'll need to click the Start Modded option at the top left. Once it's done loading, you can close H3VR and SteamVR. Now we come to our next step, port forwarding. Port forwarding allows people to directly connect to you without having to use other software like Hamachi. To get started, we'll need to open the command prompt. Type in ipconfig, then copy the numbers in default gateway. Then paste that number into your browser. Doing so should let you access your router. It's important to note that not all routers are the same, and that your port forwarding settings may differ from mine. When you find your port forwarding settings, you will need to port forward the port 7863 for TCP and UDP. Now you will need to find your IPv4 address. This is the IP address your friends will need to use to connect to you directly, and what will be used to ensure your server is running correctly in the next step. An easy way to find this is to go to whatismyipaddress.com. Then you can copy the numbers next to IPv4. Then with that copied, go to the config file and paste it into the IP field in between the quotation marks. You can also change the server name or your username here if you wish to do so now. Now we move on to step 3, hosting or joining a server. First you'll need to start the game modded. Then when you've loaded, look at your wrist and then select H3MP. Click server list, then click the host button. You can also change your username, server name, and the player count here if you'd like, but I'm going to skip it for now. It's not required, but I recommend putting in a password to make sure no unwanted feds join your online session, because they're my virtual unregistered firearms and I will do what I damn please with them. After clicking the confirm button, we'll need to hop out of VR for a second to make sure our server's running correctly. Now you'll need to go to canyouseeme.org. This website will check to see if your port is open correctly. Paste your IP and the port number 7863 into the boxes, then click check port. If it sees you, then congratulations. You successfully opened your port, and your server is now joinable. If not, then you'll need to double check you've done it correctly, or make sure that your ISP allows port forwarding. Joining a server is essentially the same as hosting one, except you'll need the IP of whoever is hosting and the password if they've set one. It's important to note that as of now, the mod will only run on certain versions of the game. To change what version you play on, you'll need to right-click the game in your Steam library. Go to Properties, select Betas, then click the Beta Participation dropdown. Then make sure either None or Update 114 is selected. If you can't host using port forwarding, then you'll most likely need to use a service such as Hamachi instead. There's many guides on how to set that up online, so I won't be covering it here. And that should cover it. If you still need help, I recommend going to the H3MP mod page for a more direct guide, or asking the H3MP Homebrew Discord for help. I'll put links to everything I've used into the description below so it's easily accessible to you. Thanks for watching, and I hope this guide was helpful. Now if you'll excuse me, I have more hunting accidents to commit.